Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Food, Wine, and Whiskey in Your Own Backyard. I'm your host, Rob, and tonight my wife Sandra is joining us. Sandra, say hello.
What up?
There she is. She's a what up kind of girl. So we put it out on a Facebook page, Food, Wine, and Whiskey in Your Own Backyard, that we were going to head up tonight and check out Mia's Table and then give you guys a quick podcast on kind of what our first impression was. And we know that Mia's Table opened up last night.
Yes.
And for those of you that don't know, this is part of the Carrabba's family of restaurants. And when you think Carrabba's, I know sometimes you think about the Italian place that's down off 99 and Fry. That was originally, his type of restaurant, but I don't think he owns those anymore. He sold those off is what I understand.
I think that's what I heard.
Yeah,
but
I'm
not
sure.
sure.
I'm 100% right, but I'm fairly certain that's the case. And I think from what I've heard and people have told me, he's only kept two Carrabba's, one on Voss and the one down on Kirby. And then he's got Gracie's, which is right there next to the original Carrabba's. And then right behind Gracie's down on Kirby is Mia's Table, which is... So we kind of knew a little bit about that. And the way we did was where we learned everything else, the Chambers. Chris and Terry, thank you very much.
Hey!
So they took us to Gracie's. We had never been, and we talked one night about going to dinner, and they took us down to Gracie's. And when we were down there, you saw the other restaurant behind there, Mia's Table, and asked Chris, what is that? And he said, well, that's another restaurant owned by the Carrabba family, and it's apparently named after his daughter, Mia's Table. And what we found out was when you go to Gracie's, for those of you who have been, you already know this, but those of you who haven't, Gracie's is a, can we call it upscale? Fine dining,
comfort food, fine dining.
Yeah. Real nice bar in there, really nice menu, variety, kind of like what we're going to talk about at Mia's Table. But I would say Mia's Table just kind of scales it down a little bit. It's not as formal. It's more of a casual type dining.
Very casual, very nice, family friendly.
But a similar type menu as Gracie's. And that's really what stuck out to us because, the menu at Gracie's was awesome. So knowing that we're going to have something like that in Mia's Table and it's opening it up in our backyard in Katy, Texas, we were fired up.
Absolutely. Really enjoyed it.
So we went up tonight. We got there, what, babe? About 6:15? Something like that?
Yeah, about 6:15.
We got there about 6:15, and it wasn't real busy at that time.
No, it was easy to get in and order your food and find a table pretty easily.
Yeah, I think there was no line at that time, which was nice. I mean, it's still fairly early for Katy with people coming home from work, commuting and stuff. So kind of expected. That's kind of why we went at that time. We thought we might be able to get in, and we were able to. So we got into the restaurant. What I liked about it is it's not a sit down and wait to be seated and then wait to be waited on where you got to place your order with a waitress or a waiter. This is one of those kind of, you go in and the menu's up on the board, you get in line, you place your order, and then you go sit down and they're going to bring you your food. And I really like that because to me, you get to order your food pretty quick. So right when you get in, before you're seated, your food's actually been ordered. So
what's kind of nice too is that you go through a little, I don't want to say maze, but kind of like a little maze, and you got your little drinks with your eyes.
You didn't want to say maze.
I know, but that's the only way I could think of a way to describe it. And you've got your little ice buckets or ice bins with your beers or your waters or your sodas, and
that's
just
kind of
nice.
Big coolers of just whatever drink you want to pick out. You pick it out before you go up and get ready to order your food and pay. If you've been to, and I'm just going to throw this out there because a lot of people may have been there, if you've been to Willie's, it's similar to that when you go in and order. It's just kind of, to me, a whole different type of menu. Mm-hmm. So, but when you go in, it's that kind of format. You go in, you get in line, it's kind of pick out your drink if you want to, then go up and order your food. And I like that because, like I said, your food's ordered, you go sit down, and I mean, we ordered a couple appetizers, and by the time we sat down, we weren't sat down a minute, and we started getting our appetizers out to it, which was pretty cool. So anyway, the restaurant, let's talk about it. What did you think just overall?
Oh, I loved it. It was really nice, bright, family diner style looking restaurant. Very nice.
And it does. It really
very friendly.
It's not overly diner, if that makes sense, but it has that kind of diner feel, which I liked. It made you feel relaxed. It made you feel comfortable there.
Very casual. Very casual.
So I like that. Colors are just like the outside, a lot of red and white. They have some, I think you can see the yellow tables on the back patio in there as well, but just very comfortable.
Very nice, comfortable, very friendly family.
So the restaurant has a big dining room, plenty of tables. They've got booths in there as well. Then as you go towards the back of the restaurant, after you've ordered your food, you're going to get to the bar area, and they have probably another 12 to 15 tables back there with some more booths in the bar area. They've got
a back table,
4 big screen TVs in the bar.
Oh yeah,
which is pretty cool. So if you're one to like to watch sports and
you can enjoy that too.
Yeah. And it's not it's non-smoking, which I like. So there's no smoking there. I think most restaurants today are out in Katy. The ones that open up are non-smoking, which I like, especially when you talk about sitting in a bar area. So I just want to make sure everybody knew that. But it flowed really well. And when you go from the dining room into the bar area, the wall that does divide the two, lots of glass on that.
So you can still enjoy both areas of the restaurant.
If you happen to be sitting
really
in the dining
nice.
room, you can still see the TVs if there's a ball game on or something. Like tonight, Thursday night, watching the Astros.
And
Top of the 5th, Astros still up 3-1. 2 outs. Here we go. Okay. Got to give a little update. So the overall layout of the restaurant I liked a lot.
Oh, yes. Very comfortable. Very nice.
My only, if I had to pick something that I didn't like as well, what would I say? What did I tell you?
Small tables.
Small tables. A lot of the tables, they put them for 4 people at each table. 3 might be the max. If you're going to order an appetizer, then have some meals come. But, if you don't order appetizers, I'm sure you could get away with 4 people sitting there. But if you have some appetizers and some drinks and water, and, those smaller tables can start to fill up quick. But they seemed very open to letting you put tables together if you felt
Absolutely.
like you needed to. If you were ordering, whatever, a lot of dishes, or if you just had some more people coming, you could put tables together. So that was cool. And then from there, from the bar, what else did we like? Going out.
Oh, to the patio. They've got nice heaters outside.
Yeah, well, they've got fans and heaters, and obviously my wife's, you're mentioning heaters because it's getting to that
cold.
time of year. Yeah, and they had them on. So it's really cool to have a place that has a really cool patio. I thought it was really nice out there.
Oh, very nice. So you can sit out there comfortably with the heaters on out there.
Yeah, and they had a big screen out there as well, which is cool. So I don't know.
For all the sports fans.
Yeah, and I mean, who's not? If you're going to go eat, comfort food and drink a beer or have a glass of wine or a cocktail, might as well have a ball game on, right?
You said wine. They serve wine.
They do serve wine. So let's talk about that a little bit. They've got beer. Mm-hmm. They had, 5 or 6 beers I saw on tap, and then they had looked like some refrigerators behind the bar with some more beer. I didn't see and I'm looking at the menu right now, I don't see an alcohol on here, Sandra.
No, not on that menu. They didn't have it, but
one?
they did have another menu with drinks on there, and they're limited on the types of wines that they have, and I'm guessing that's because it's more of a family-friendly restaurant, and I'm guessing they just don't have a lot of variety in wines and just the type of restaurant it is and the food.
Let's be honest, this is a lot of beer, food,
but
and cocktail
if you do want a cocktail and some wine or some beer, they do have that too. What I did notice, they had some margaritas, mojitos, and I believe a Bloody Mary. So I know that was on their cocktail list, and they had some red and white wines.
And that's now. That's right now. That could change. The longer they're open, they could continue to evolve and grow their alcohol menu, if you will, depending on what the consumers are asking for. We'll see what happens. But let's be honest, this kind of food, I don't think
you're gonna want to have
a nice
a whole
bottle
lot
of wine. No, I think go in and have a couple beers, maybe a margarita. This is that kind of food, so it makes sense that they're not going to have a ton of wine there. What else about the restaurant stood out to you? Anything?
Stood out to me?
I mean, it just kind of caught your eye or anything. Is there anything that you went, okay, this is what I remembered?
Like, are you talking about like their physical look of the building?
I
just like the way it looked. It had a nice, warm, friendly, just like I said, very diner atmosphere. It was wonderful.
It was
very different. It's something you don't have, at least around here, that I've noticed.
Yeah, I haven't seen it out in Katy either. And it was very open, and it's very bright. I liked it. It felt very bright, which made you feel, I don't know, just...
Very nice diner family feel.
Yeah.
It was really nice, and that's what I liked about it. It was nice.
All right. Well, then that's the restaurant itself. Very cool. Oh, I will say, when you pull into the restaurant, everybody tries to park up front. We all want to get, if there's parking available, we're going to step in there. And it makes it look like it's kind of full. But I will tell you, they have a large parking lot out back and seems to have plenty of room. So I say that so that if you're coming into the restaurant and you man, it's packed, we may not want to go in. Go ahead and drive in, go to the back. They have plenty of seating. It's a little deceiving when you look at the size of the restaurant to really understand how much seating is actually in there. So definitely pull in, park, and go inside. I think you won't have a problem getting a table at all.
Oh, no.
Especially this time of year. You're going to be able to see that patio. And if there's tables available on the patio, that's going to be a great place to sit. Park and get in there and go sit on the patio. Mm-hmm. So let's jump into the menu, babe. We kind of we did a couple of different appetizers. And again, we're just going up first impression. We did a couple of appetizers, and then me, you, and Ashley, that's who all went.
Yes. Well, the appetizers, when you see chips and queso, you always want to try the chips and queso.
Absolutely.
So that's what we had.
And
it was good.
Very good. It's a queso that's not real spicy.
No.
But it's a good cheese. It's not like a processed cheese. It's a good cheese.
Yes. Had
a little bit of tomato and maybe a little green chili in there, but again, not hot at all.
No, it was very good. Very tasty.
And I like spice, so I ended up asking for some sliced jalapenos, and they were happy to bring those to me. And, then I was able to dip my chip and put a fresh jalapeno on and eat that, so that was cool. And then the
chips were good, too, I have to say, because they weren't like ones that break off really easily or anything. You could really get a nice little big scoop of cheese.
That is a great point. They were quality chips. I don't know if they make them in-house or not. But,
yeah.
But they were good chips. The tostadas are really good.
Because sometimes they can be pretty thin.
Yep. And then we just wanted to try the Beckett's Chicken Bites. We tried those. Mm-hmm. Just each had one. We brought the rest home for our son to eat later when he gets home. But we wanted to check those out as a second appetizer, just to try a couple things off the appetizer menu. The thing I liked about those was they say hand-breaded, and I think that's right, because the way they were made, they didn't,
they were all different.
When you think about nuggets coming in and being frozen and they fry them up at a restaurant, they're usually very uniform, and these weren't. So when I saw hand-breaded and then we actually got them, I thought, okay, this is right, because they look to be, different size, different shape, each one, but it was a good white meat, didn't you think?
Absolutely. It wasn't dry. Felt like pressed meat or anything like that. It was really good.
It seemed very fresh.
Very fresh. That's the word, fresh.
Yeah. Juicy. Wasn't dry. The breading was good. Nice crispiness to it. So those were the two appetizers we had. We were very pleased with both of them. I mean, and then they had a Didi's dip, which is queso with ground taco meat and some picadillo in it.
We didn't have that.
We didn't have that. Then they've got nachos, and then they've got some hand-battered onion rings, which look good. So that's their appetizers. And then their
onion rings looked amazing.
Yeah, we didn't have them, but we saw a few tables get them delivered, and they do. They're big, battered onion rings that look really, really good. So that's definitely on the next to try.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Then we jump into burgers, and looking at the menu, they have some great-looking burgers, but the first thing that stood out to us, Sandra, about the burger?
Oh, that it's like a ground brisket.
Not like, it is.
Ground brisket. I've never had ground brisket burger.
That we know of. That we saw that we ordered.
That's right.
We may have had a burger that we go, okay, that's the best burger. Maybe we were eating ground brisket and just didn't know it.
That could be. And those looked amazing. I saw some people ordering some of their burgers, and that looked, oh my gosh, really good too, along with those onion rings.
Burgers looked outstanding. And another thing that caught my eye, this isn't a quarter-pound burger, Sandra.
No, it's a half a pound.
These are half-pound
They're
burgers.
huge.
All served with fries. They're from, $11 to about $15 if you want the bison burger.
Right.
But when you get a nice big burger and fries, I mean, to me, that's not a bad deal. You can substitute onion rings for an additional $1.49. Get those big old onion rings.
And if you want to be healthy, they have turkey burger.
They do have a turkey burger, and I'm going to tell you that turkey burger sounds
looks pretty good too.
It's a turkey burger with arugula, tomatoes, avocado, goat cheese, a pomegranate sauce, and it's on a wheat challah bread. So That sounds really good, actually.
That's
Sandra.
a little on the healthier
They've got
side.
a patty melt. We mentioned the bison burger, and then they've got a hickory burger, which is the bacon, barbecue sauce, cheddar cheese, and caramelized onions. And sounds pretty good as well. So that's all their burgers. Burgers sound fantastic. And again, our first time up, but we're looking forward to going back and kind of exploring this menu a little bit.
Before you get to the next thing, the thing about this place is that it's got a variety of foods, which it's not like just burgers. It's got something for everyone from tacos to comfort foods to seafood to burgers.
That's
salads,
a great point, Sandra, because a lot of times when families are, they want to go out for a dinner and you're trying to figure out, well, what do we want to eat? And somebody wants a burger and somebody wants, chicken fried chicken and somebody wants seafood taco or something like that. I mean, you're exactly
You have
right.
a variety of
Yeah, you
stuff
get all
to
that covered
eat.
here, and I like that. And, first impression still, but again, we've had Gracie's, but first impression,
What I like
really good.
when I go to the taco part of what they have the red snapper fish tacos. So it's not like your regular tilapia or cod tacos. They use a snapper
Quality
taco.
fish.
So that's something different you don't get in a lot of restaurants. Usually you get a shrimp taco or fish
Tilapia.
taco, and it's tilapia or cod, and you don't ever
Cod's fine.
see.
You don't see a lot of cod. It's usually
Right,
a tilapia.
you don't see red fish.
No, so when you get a red snapper, that's
Red
a
snapper.
quality fish going into a fish taco.
And delicious.
Yeah, our daughter ordered that, and obviously we were all kind of sharing a little bit so we could try a little bit of everything. And the red snapper tacos are really, really good. They're served with chips and queso. All the tacos are. They've got the snapper, like we said, the shrimp taco. They've got a chicken taco, a flat iron steak tacos, and then they've got pulled pork and a Luis's famous beef taco. So they've got a variety of tacos that you can get. All look really good.
Then you got your country platters, your typical home
Kind of comfort
good
food.
comfort food, southern food, chicken fried steak and meatloaf and food like that. And you had the chicken fried steak.
No. I had the chicken
Oh,
fried
chicken fried chicken.
Yeah, because what I did was I asked, what's your signature dish at Mia's table? And they said it's a chicken fried chicken. So I wanted to try that. And anything that comes with like a cream gravy, it's a jalapeno cream gravy, which is really, really good.
Something you don't get at most restaurants when you get a chicken fried
gravy.
steak or a chicken fried
you get
chicken.
a cream gravy, but not a jalapeno.
Not a jalapeno.
And it's not overbearing. When you think jalapeno, don't think it's
It's
too
not
hot.
hot.
It's just a nice flavor
Little
to it.
flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, flavor.
Really good. Really good. So running down the country platters real quick, and again, this is where you get into some of that family food and comfort food. They've got the fried chicken strips, the chicken fried chicken, chicken fried steak. They've got a meatloaf, Sandra,
Meatloaf.
with brown gravy. I mean,
Wow.
where do you go around Katy where you get like a fresh meatloaf?
You don't, and I would like to try that because y'all don't usually like a meatloaf.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of a meatloaf, so you like it. We don't eat it.
I
because I'm
do
not
like
big
a
fan,
meatloaf.
But they've got fried chicken. They've got ribs. They've got a pork chops. They've got ribeye. So as you can see, when we're talking about the menu, they cover a lot of things. And if all of this is as good as what we had tonight, I mean, this is going to be fun to go in and try a bunch of stuff at Mia's table. And they do have a backyard half chicken. Don't let me leave that out. So that's the country platters. Then we jump over to the seafood.
Seafood.
And this is kind of, what you would think about. And I will say the seafood is all fried, just so you know. It's fried seafood. Fried shrimp, fried catfish, shrimp and catfish platter, and then they've got fried oysters. So all of those come with cocktail sauce, coleslaw, and French fries. So
All I would say is if you don't want anything fried, go for the fish tacos.
there you go.
Yum.
Yeah, really good. You're
Yum.
exactly right. And then after that, we jump into some sandwiches. And I'm a little
Oh,
disappointed about
my
a lack
favorite.
of a couple sandwiches. but go
No,
ahead.
no,
Go ahead.
no.
Go
I
ahead.
see one that is right in my wheelhouse of foods, which is the chicken salad sandwich. I kind of wish I'd gotten that tonight, but I didn't. But not to say that I didn't enjoy what I got tonight. It was absolutely delicious. But the chicken salad sandwich looks amazing.
What is it? I mean,
Oh,
Tell us what it
it's got candied pecans, onions, apples on a ciabatta served with sweet potato fries.
and grapes.
And grapes. Oh, yeah, grapes.
Sounds really good. That does sound like it's right in your wheelhouse.
It is.
Yeah. So they have that sandwich. They've got a pulled pork sandwich, a grilled chicken if you want to be a little bit on the healthier side. And that sounds pretty good because it's got arugula, it's got sun-dried tomatoes, tomatoes, sun-dried tomato pesto, tomatoes, and it's also served on a ciabatta bread with some sweet potato fries. And then they've got bison lettuce wraps. So that's pretty cool.
That's different.
Then we jump over to what you had.
Oh,
We're in the
I
salad
had
and
the
soup
salads.
category.
Anytime I go anywhere, the kids always say, "You're gonna get a salad." Well, yeah, because I like salads. So I actually changed my salad because I usually get a chicken salad, but I got a steak salad today, and it was amazing. It was steak with goat cheese, spinach, red onions, pomegranates, candied pecans, and a Dijon vinaigrette. Absolutely delicious. The steak was very good. It wasn't tough or underdone. It was perfect.
It was a sirloin. You could tell it was a sirloin. But it's a high-quality sirloin.
Yes, it was very
tender.
good.
It was cooked well. Like Sandra said, it just kind of, not melt in your mouth where it was that high quality, but I mean, it was tender and
it was tender.
juicy
It was
and
very
flavorful,
good.
seasoned well. So for a steak salad, I was very impressed, but I do want to call you out because you were like, that's gorgonzola cheese. And I was like, no, I don't taste any punginess.
Oh, I did say gorgonzola.
Yeah,
it's goat cheese.
I was like,
and
I
that's
don't
my
taste
favorite
any
cheese.
punginess.
Yeah,
I love
no.
gorgonzola. It's
goat cheese.
Yeah.
I love goat cheese.
But in addition to the steak salad, which was fantastic, I got to try a bite of that as well. They have just a green goddess salad with salmon on top. Then they've got your traditional taco salad. Then they have a combination of a taco salad with a chicken tortilla soup, and then just a tortilla soup. So that kind of rounds out.
They even have an Asian salad, which I might
that?
try next. A chopped Asian salad.
Oh, that's at the top. I didn't even see that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's another one I would
Chopped
try.
Asian salad. It's got napa and red cabbage, peanuts, wontons, ginger soy vinaigrette, and you can get it either with grilled salmon, you can get it with chicken, or you can get it with shrimp. Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't even see that up top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, so again, really good menu. You should be able to cover all bases for anybody in your family or in your group.
And they got a kids menu.
They do have, and when you think about kids and what kids like to eat, I think this is, you can't really go wrong with this menu.
Nope.
You've got
hamburger,
chicken bites.
cheeseburger.
Yeah, chicken bites, hamburger, cheeseburger. Go ahead.
Corn dog, grilled cheese, mac and cheese, and hot dogs. Corn dog. I haven't had a corn dog in forever. I would probably want to try that.
Well, you're not 12 or under.
Oh.
Sorry. That's all right. You can have Jen bring both of her kids.
Oh, yeah.
And then have him order 2 and you just eat 1.
That's right. Jen, Charchuk, I'm going to have you come with me.
So the kids' meals are $6.99 for all of those that we said, and you get choice of French fries or fruit with all of those. So that's pretty cool. So when we talked about our platters, like the country platters and some of the sandwiches and some of the other burgers and things, you can substitute French fries for 2 sides, and some of the platters come with 2 sides. And they've got mashed potatoes, baked beans, coleslaw, black-eyed peas, potato salad, cream corn, green beans, mac and cheese, and a fruit cup. So, I mean, that's a good, again, really good menu.
It's a really good family-friendly menu.
And it's easy in, easy out. So, if you have small kids but you still want to go out and eat some quality food, it's a good
easy place to go.
You don't have to, sometimes we were young parents once with little kids, and sometimes you're like, we want to go out and eat some good food, but, sitting down and having to wait and getting waited on and then the food to come out.
It's hard for the kids to sit and relax.
That long. Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a place where I think they kind of help with that because service tonight was great.
Yes, and the best thing, they have some ice cream that you can get, complimentary ice cream.
Well, I mean, you're going to talk about, that's complimentary, but talk about what else they have then, baby.
They have bread pudding.
Go ahead.
They've got all kinds of, because it's diner style, they have shakes and malts that you can even have with your burgers, which sounds really yummy. Oh, Bluebell homemade ice cream. So you can have chocolate or strawberry or vanilla. And they've got all kinds of other desserts from banana pudding, Oreo, cookies and cream, all kinds of chocolate chip cookies, peanut butter oatmeal, and banana pudding, dream bar, and fudgy brownie. I didn't even see that.
So good desserts as well.
Absolutely.
And like we were saying, the service I thought was really good.
It was very good for it being its second day open. I was very impressed with Mia's table. The people when you went in greeted you right away. They were friendly. They helped you through the menu, helped you figure out how to order, brought your food right to your table as soon as it came out. Always coming around, checking on you, clearing tables.
As we watched everybody, we got served quickly. Food was hot. We sat down after ordering our appetizers and everything, and probably had it within a minute or two. I mean, the queso was out really quick. And again, we got to a point where, like I said earlier, when we were there, the restaurant was probably 60% full at 6:15 when we got there. But by 6:30, 6:45, it was getting full. I mean, there was a line formed and waiting to order. Still moving pretty quick as we continued to try to watch and see kind of how everything was going as they got busier. But they had plenty of staff. I mean, they've prepared properly. They had plenty of busboys and busgirls that were clearing tables. If somebody got up and left, that table didn't stay, with dishes on it for a period of time where people were waiting for a table. They got it cleaned and right away.
Going, and it was it.
And we would see people sit down as we were eating, and they would wait for their food. And again, wasn't 5 to 7 minutes. They had their food out. So,
and it was good, and it was, at least ours were right. Everybody else seemed to be getting their food out quickly and right. I didn't see, from what I noticed, there much chaos going on in the background. No. They all seem very well.
And when you go to a restaurant
trained,
that just opened, I don't want to say I expect, there to be little hiccups, but I expect there maybe to be some hiccups. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to hold that against the restaurant.
No, and if there were, it didn't show.
No, that's my point here. If they're, they must be well trained. They, this family who owns these restaurants must do a good job of training people, because I just didn't see them. That doesn't mean maybe they didn't happen to somebody else. If they did, I'm sure they're going to get it fixed, because the overall experience was they were doing, from what our eyes told us, they were doing a really good job of cleaning and serving and waiting. And you had probably 3 managers walking around and just checking on tables. And so, in my opinion, first impression, outstanding. Really good experience. I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to going back.
I hope everybody else has a good experience there, because I really enjoyed it. It's a really nice restaurant, something we don't have out here in Katy, or at least in this area of Katy. Diner feel with really good home cooking.
That's the key. It's a really good food. So, usually when you think about going someplace and getting something that you can get in and out pretty quick, you think you're going to sacrifice a little bit on, that's why you go through a drive-through, right? It's going to be quick, but it's not going to be as good as I would like. This kind of hits both of those. Good. It's quick, and it's quality food.
And it's nicely priced.
So, definitely our first impression was really, really good. Outstanding. Definitely would recommend people go give it a shot.
Definitely go back again.
Yeah. Just so you know, most of you probably do, but if you don't know, it's located right behind Lupe Tortillas, right there before you get to Kingsland Boulevard off of 99 on the feeder road right there. I think everybody in Katy knows where that is. But if you're coming from somewhere else, not in Katy, you're coming down I-10, you're going to go south on 99. You're going to get off at the...
Kingsland.
Wait, actually, you're never going to get on the highway. You're just going to exit 99 off I-10, and you're going to stay on the feeder road, turn left on Kingsland, and come in the back way to be right there at that first stoplight you come to. Turn left, go under 99, and it's right there.
And if you're coming from Sugar Land, just north on 99, exit Kingsland Boulevard, and you'll see it to your right.
You're right. You'll see Lupe Tortilla first,
and then right behind.
So definitely go check out Mia's Table. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Again, it's first impression, but it was a good one.
Very good.
Now, let's talk about something else. We've been sitting here talking about this, and both of us have been sipping on what?
Oh, some wine. Yeah, it's called Cuttings from Napa Valley. It's bottled by Prisoner
Wine Company.
2016 Cabernet.
Prisoner Wine Company used to be a brand of Orange Swift, but he sold that. So we haven't had this for how long?
It's been a long time since we've had this. So I can't even remember the last time.
Yeah, it's been, I think, over a year.
And I'm glad we opened it up again.
Yeah, this is a 2016, but it's been a while since we had it. We pulled it out of the fridge. I just kind of saw it tonight, and we had a glass before we went to dinner, and we said, well, when we get home, we'll do the podcast, and we'll have another glass and kind of talk about this wine, let it open up a little bit. And it's an outstanding wine. It's
very good. It's been so long. It has a really good finish, and it's got a nice little nose to it. Gosh, it's tasty. It's, what did I say? We were saying it's got like a spice to it or something.
Yeah, a little brown spice to it. I get a little coffee on there.
You said coffee, and
I get a little roasted coffee.
maybe I get a little bit of coffee too. You also said vanilla bean, but I didn't get any vanilla bean on it.
But you agree a little bit of black currant.
Mm-hmm. Black currant. And I said I felt like some licorice, but I don't think licorice anymore after it's been sitting out for a while. I don't get that anymore.
And the blend of this, it's a Cabernet Sauvignon, but it's 80% Cab. It's 20% blend, so I don't know what the exact percentage is, of a Petite Syrah, a Syrah, and you ready? A Zinfandel. That one kind of threw me off. I, to be honest with you, I'm no wine expert, but I've not seen a lot of Zinfandel and Cabernet Sauvignon blends. You know, usually you see a Merlot or maybe a Cab Franc or a Petit Verdot mixed in there, along with your Petite Syrah and Syrah. But Zinfandel was something new for me.
Yeah, me too. It's not bad. It's good.
I think it's really
very good.
It's different.
I recommend that. It's a good date night wine.
Great date night wine. It's we find it here in Katy for about $45, I think, is what I get it for. So I mean, you know, it's not a cheap wine. It's a wine definitely worth having with a nice meal on a weekend or a special night or whatever. If you go to a restaurant where you take a bottle of wine, this would be a good one to take. And enjoy a nice meal at a restaurant. Definitely do that. When we go to Da Vinci or Pani Vino or some of those places, we like to take a nice bottle of wine. This would be one we would take. So if you haven't had this wine, Cuttings, we would definitely say give it a shot if it's in that type of wine. Yeah, if it's the type of wine you like, which is Cabernet Sauvignon, and if it's in that price point that, you know, it's in where you like to spend for some wines, then definitely go ahead and and get to my wife saying, "Oh my gosh," because we're watching the
Yankees have bases loaded.
Bases loaded, 1 out, 1-2 count, bottom of the 5th. Oh my gosh. Well, let's see what happens here. Greinke's been pitching pretty well.
So I highly recommend this. It's a very good wine. 2016 Cuttings from Prisoner.
I actually forgot how much I like this.
Yeah, I know. Me too. It's been a while since we've had this.
Who did we first have this with? You
I want to say it was with the Chambers, but you said you don't remember that. But I feel like a lot of our wines have been
we've been introduced to
by Chris and Terry Chambers.
Yeah, they
have been our wine experts.
Yeah, they've gotten us kind of, I don't even know where we're at, but wherever we are, they've gotten us here with wine. Would that be right?
Yes, they've gotten us to where we are with all the wine.
Because of the Chambers and the Rutherfords probably as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rutherfords. Thank you, Chambers.
So before we say goodbye to everyone, let's tell them that look for, in the next week or so, a new video on our YouTube channel, Food, Wine, and Whiskey in Your Own Backyard. Sandra and I, and I'm looking forward to this, we're going tomorrow
to Fredericksburg.
Fredericksburg for the weekend, and we're going to go hit up some wineries and explore Texas wines. We've been once, and that's been a few years ago.
It's been a while. Mm-hmm.
So we haven't been back since, but we want to go check it out again. And the first time we went, it was just to kind of go over and have fun and just run around. This time we're going to go and really try to hit some good wines.
We've had a lot more wine since then.
A lot more wine since then. So we want to see if we can find some Texas wines that we like. We've had Brian Waltz, a friend of ours, has given us some good recommendations on wineries to hit up, and so is Bill Burns. So we're looking forward to going over and exploring Texas wine country and seeing if we can find a few wines over there that we like. And we're going to do a lot of shooting of videos while we're over there, and we'll put a video together and have that out in the next week or so. Huh?
Absolutely.
Okay. That should be a lot of fun. But thanks so much for joining us tonight. We hope you enjoyed the review of Mia's Table. Again, if it's just open, so definitely get out, check it out. It's good for an afternoon lunch, dinner with family. Just you and your wife, your girlfriend going to go out and have dinner before you go to a movie or something. It's great for all those occasions, kid-friendly. So check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. We appreciate you listening to us here on Food, Wine, and Whiskey in Your Own Backyard.
Bye.
And until next episode, enjoy your next pour.